here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Mexico City Diablos and the Dublin Celtic Tigers. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Ric Flair.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. He'll have a first down past the 40. A huge play there right off the bat. 41 yards. They had trouble stopping the run last week in a loss, and here it rears its ugly head early.
You're supposed to try and get your confidence going after a loss like that where you gave up big yards running the football. This is not the way to go about it. It looks exactly as it did just a week ago.
2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. They'll run with Hunt on second down. They'll get the first down and more inside the 20. 31 yards there and a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Kareem Hunt with touchdown number 7 on the year. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 60 or 53.
Yeah, let's go 7.
On first down, it's Taylor. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. And they rattle off a big one. Give him 55 yards on the ground. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's first and 10. Now Love. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Back to the air, Luck on second down. This complete to Lockett. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run it here with Hunt. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Like 20.
Watch tight end. 3 down, 3 down. Like 12. Like 12. 3 buzz. Like 12.
Throwing on third. Goff. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 2nd down now, it's Hunt. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Kill.
Let's go, D, let's go.
And an alley to run. Taking it right down Broadway. And touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And his guys have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and...
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
Ready up.
Mike, 57. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
On the ball. And up.
On 2nd and 7. Luck. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A big play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. after the loss to start out. Here's 2nd and 11. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And Hunt is not going to get there. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They run for it with Hunt. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 39 yards there, a big one. They'll run on first down. Hunt, and he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll try the air now with Gall. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he will take it in for the touchdown. David Njoku, his 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys are going to retake the lead. A shotgun snap for Gall. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he is not going to make it to the goal line. So the defense holds, and this remains a 5-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll run with Taylor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a hit and lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Luck now to throw, and that will be incomplete as well.
The one with the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with just over a minute to go before halftime. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points.
Let's go. Switch. Check.
Pilot, 64, weak. Ready?
Now a first down throw. Lock. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Taylor. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And his guys have once again taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is what I've got running my football team out on the field.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Five.
After the interception, it's Locke, letting one go deep for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Here's Locke. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Call it a pickup of 7, and it's a second down. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Double time.
Out of the gun, Goff. He's going to fire one deep over the... And that's caught inside the 30. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
Let's go.
Set, ready.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Luck on first down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
Hey, box truck, box truck.
Back to throw, Luck. The open man is Shark. It's complete. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
On the double.
On first down, it's Taylor. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Ready, ready.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Luck. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. They'll run on first down. Taylor. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From the 24, Luck. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
To throw is Luck. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. DJ Chark, his 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing, and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Hold on. Check.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Goff, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
We're good.
From the gun, here's Goff. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.